Ageism to me is the discrimination against someone because of their age, and I think that more commonly it's found as you get older. There are prejudices against people of a certain age working in different environments, thinking that they're incapable as they get older. I think there's also ageism if you're a young person, and sometimes people don't think that you're capable because you are younger.
So I think ageism is a really interesting topic. I think that it's thrown around, the term ageism is thrown around a lot, especially when talking about diversity and all the various forms of discrimination that exist. But I don't necessarily think that people understand or think about it and the way it plays a part in our everyday life.
Ageism. To me, ageism is anyone being treated like they're a different age than they actually are, or being treated based on what their age is. So a kid being patronized by an adult, or older kids or elderly people being treated like children because people think that they need to patronize them, talk slowly or talk differently or talk down to them because they're different than us. Or even me walking into a store and being treated differently than a business guy wearing a suit and tie. I think ageism is everywhere, and it's pretty much always disrespectful.
I think that ageism can be not only a form of discrimination, but a form of social pressure. I think that in our society there's a lot of pressure to fall into certain categories at certain ages, and there are certain milestones you're supposed to hit. So there are things you're supposed to do when you're in your teens. You're supposed to go to college when you're 18 to 22. Then you're supposed to get a job. Then you're supposed to be married by your late 20s in most areas of the country. And I think that it's not always a great thing to have those kind of pressures on you, and it can lead to maybe making choices that you wouldn't otherwise.
So ageism, I'd say, as cliche as it sounds, age is just a number. I think that you have to really qualify the person first as what traits they have and what they can bring to you, what you can learn from them.
Okay, so I think that ageism is a huge problem almost everywhere, but where I see it most, especially in our society here in the United States, is definitely in the media and with women. That might be because that's something that interests me, but if you look anywhere in any magazine, any TV show, it's all young women, and you usually don't see any women older than like 30, especially in like magazines and modeling, and they're super discriminated against in so many ways, and it's just sort of this idea of like what's beautiful doesn't include women that are older, and it's sort of like once you get older you're forgotten and just shoved out of the way of society and completely ignored.
Just because you talk about ageism doesn't mean you understand it necessarily.
It's a very dirty word because it implies that, at any point in time, no matter what age you are, there's definitely going to be an opportunity that someone's not going to think you're fit for because of your age.
When it comes to being young, you feel pressure to seem older and to earn the respect of your peers and of your elders, and I think when you're older you want to be taken seriously by those who are younger than you and not just disregarded as someone who's older. So I think it's a really interesting thing that plays out in society in a lot of different ways.
Well, I personally have felt that I've learned a lot from my aunt and uncle who are a lot older than me. I've learned a lot from my little sister who's obviously younger than me. And I just feel like I learn and get so much out of everyone else's experiences that don't necessarily relate to age. And on top of that, I feel like you can be friends with anyone.